Hey y'all, this is China L. Colston, also known as Chinese actress and indie filmmaker. So I wanted to do a part 2 of how laziness can lead to losing out, or procrastination, or fear, whatever. Right? So years ago, I remember I was thinking about taking an acting class, a theater class, because at the time I was dealing with heartache, and I wanted to distract myself, and I wanted the distraction to be a healthy distraction, right? Something productive. So I majored in theater in high school, but my focus was really on dance. My minor was dance, but I really wanted to be a professional dancer, but that didn't turn out. So my mid-20s, I decided to pursue acting, or at least just take an acting class, because I thought it'd be fun, interesting, and I did major in it, for God's sake, in high school. So I'm like, and I remember the night that I was supposed to go to the class. I did my research and discovered it was $300 for 9 months. You meet once a week, every Tuesday, at ETA Creative Arts Foundation on the south side of Chicago. And I remember I was filled with doubt and fear and excuses. And so I called my best friend, John Young, and I said, John, should I go? Should I just sit down somewhere? And, he's like, no, go. Just go. And so I did. And I don't know if it was raining. Was it raining? No, but it was at night, and so I had to get on a bus, 2 buses, and I went, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made in my entire adult life. I'm so happy I made that decision, because my life has changed and has been positively transformed as a result. And I went to class. It was a Coral Harold Johnson, who was the acting instructor. He had his MFA in acting. He was also a director and a playwright himself. And I went, and I met a lot of great people, a lot of interesting people. I became friends with some of the classmates, and still remain friends with some of the classmates, and some not so much. But it was a beautiful experience, and I'm so glad my best friend John urged me to move past my fear and doubt and just take the acting class. And here I am, I'm still acting years later. And there's another an occurrence of me almost losing out on an opportunity. So another breakup with a boyfriend. I don't know, it's a theme with me, but anyway, so another relationship had come to an end, and I was really sour about it. It really hurt. And it was in the summer of 99, and I was dressed up just because I just wanted to have a nice dress on, and I was about to leave my house, and I was like, no. I came home from work, and this guy approached me because I saw him in the play or whatever, and he was really nice looking, and so he and I started talking and rapping, and he was an actor himself, and I was like, I have an audition, but I don't really feel like going. I should just stay home, because I was really, not depressed, but I was really disappointed about the breakup and hurt about it, and I just wanted to just lay up in my misery and stay in the house. And he said, you should go. And so I got on the bus. It was actually the audition was held at ETA Theater, the same place that I took classes, the beginning and advanced classes. And I got on the bus in my dress, and I went, and Charles Michael Moore was directing a play, auditioning a play for In the Wine Time, written by Ed Bullins, and he was directing it. He was also a playwriting instructor at ETA Theater, Charles Michael Moore, and he was a playwright and actor himself. So he was auditioning me, and I went in there into the theater space, and I did a monologue, and I looked him directly in his eye the entire monologue. And so a week later, I got called that I had been cast in The Wine Time. It was my first professional play where I was compensated, where critics came out, and it was wardrobe, and it was actual theater house. ETA Creative Arts Foundation is Black owned. It was co-founded by 4 African American artists, on the south side of Chicago, and that's where I got my first professional acting opportunity. Inhabited the character of Doris, and she was a knife toting, switchblade toting in her stockings with sexy dress on and red lips type of character. And I remember Charles Michael Moore. I was so happy to be cast in a professional play at ETA Theater, because it had had a great reputation as a black-owned theater company that only produced black playwrights' works. And so it employed actors and playwrights and directors and lighting people and wardrobe people. I mean, and what do you call it? Set designers. So it was just like employing all these black artists, creative people. And it had been around for like 30 something years by then, like 29 years by then. And my mother and I had gone to see plays there, and I was just so elated to be a part of this history, right? And to be in my first professional play. And it was Thursday through Sunday, 2 shows on Sundays, and they fed us between the 2 performances, 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Big groups came out to see us. I mean, it was just a beautiful experience, beautiful learning experience. I remember it was a 1950s period piece, and Charles Mark, I kept doing like modern gestures, right? And he was like, "You can't do that, China." The director, "You stop doing it." And one time I just kept doing it. He snapped. He was like, "Stop doing that." And I was like, "Okay." He embarrassed me in front of the entire cast and crew, but I brought that on myself. But I never did a modern gesture after that rehearsal. But it turned out to be really, really a lovely experience. I'm so glad I had it. But I'm glad I pushed past my disappointment over the relationship, and I went and I got cast, and my life has never been the same since. And I went on to do one more production at ETA Theater. It was called Dream of Ophelia, and I fought for that role. Woo! I needed to have that role. And I did get cast, and it was a beautiful experience. So, again, if anybody is watching this video and there's an opportunity for you, and you don't feel like going because you're feeling lazy, or you're feeling scared or reluctant or procrastinating, or you're heartbroken, go, because you never know how it's going to positively change your life. Like ETA Creative Arts Foundation, ETA Theater has changed my life, and doing that play and learning. I'm still learning as an actress, but that's what I wanted to share, that ETA Theater has been such a blessing to me as an artist, as an African American patron of the arts. So that's pretty much it. If you are in Chicago, please support ETA Creative Arts Foundation. Please support their theater year. You can be a subscriber and get discount tickets. You can go with a group and get discount tickets. If you're a student, you get discount. It's a great institution, and they employ African American people behind the scene, behind the stage, in front of the stage, and it's a reinvestment in our community. So ETA Creative Arts Foundation, ETA Creative Arts Foundation, or ETA, 7550 South Chicago Avenue on the South Side. So support Black theater and Black businesses. Peace, Chinese.